Welcome to the Soul Gardener's Journey. My name is Kay. I live in Central Florida, Zone 9B. This is a continuation of my update journey to how I got to where I am today. In October of last year, I purchased my first fruit tree, a lemon tree. Like many who venture into gardening, they want to try things that they see in videos, and I wanted to try growing a pineapple from a pineapple head. So this was my first attempt at rooting a pineapple from a pineapple head. On my journey, one day me and my best friend, we were riding down her street and I noticed that someone threw out a banana tree. Earlier that day I told her I wanted a banana tree, and voila, a banana tree was thrown away on the side of the road. So we took it and I brought it home and I planted it up. Well, in a couple of days, it gave me two pups. And being new to gardening, I didn't realize the reason why it gave me two pups was because it was going to die a week later. But eventually I ended up with three pups from this banana tree. And here is my pineapple head a couple months after I rooted it. I moved it to this grow bag, and once I moved it to the grow bag, the roots just really spread out and took over. I currently have 13 pineapples growing in my garden, and here's a portrait of two of the banana pups that I potted up because it was winter time and I brought them indoors. Here is my first collard greens that I purchased the seed starts, and because I had such a success, I decided to order different seeds to start growing in my garden. I became a seed addict. I still am. But here are my collard greens that I started from seeds, and I had such a success in the collards that I just felt like I was officially a gardener. In this pot, I planted kale, collards, along with spinach. Everything did well except for the spinach. It was 80 degrees here in December, so the spinach bolted. So I'm learning that I can't really grow spinach in Central Florida. And here is some strawberry seeds that I started from strawberries that I purchased from the store. I still have those strawberries to this day. And this is the bed with the collards, kale, and cabbage, along with Egyptian spinach. When it got cold, I covered my brassicas in the polytunnel. The coldest it got was 38 degrees, but I still wanted to protect my crop. Being a newbie, I had no idea what would or would not kill what I was growing, but I'm learning that collards are pretty hardy, so I really didn't need to do that. Here's the side view of my first two raised beds in my tropical area and my compost bins. This area, I was so proud of it. As you can see, I added two new beds to the garden, and this is Chinese cabbage that I grew, and here is the collards. In December for Christmas, I cooked my collards and they were absolutely delicious. And because of it, it motivated me to want to remove this entire area here and add more raised beds to grow more collards, kale, and cabbage. So in January, I began digging up this area. This area of my garden used to flood. Every time it rained, it would be under at least 6 inches of water. So I relocated all of the plants from this area, and then I moved them to another area of the garden, and I dug up everything and I leveled out this area. Once I leveled out the area, I planted these beds here, which are still here to this day, but I'm about to revamp this area again. I want to change this more into my growing and staging area. And this is what it looked like from the side. As you can see, with my Chinese cabbage, my regular cabbage, my collards. At this point, I had already picked off the collards. This is my attempt at a vertical raised bed, which I will not be doing again. And here I am in January adding more of my seed starts into my garden. My co-worker, I told him about my newfound passion for gardening, so he told me he would make a potting bench because he started his passion into building things with wood. So here is when I started fixing up my potting bench. And because of the potting bench, it made me want to start things from seeds, because there is something about putting your hands in the dirt, the soil, and then dropping a seed in there and watching it grow. So my coworker told me I needed to paint it because of, the sun, and I decided I was going to paint my potting bench. I was really excited about the potting bench, so I took tons of pictures along the way. And he also put in a compartment where I put in my potting mix, and then I could put my seeds together. And here I am in my happy place. I never knew how happy I could be until I got this potting bench and began my garden. Spoiled because my coworker delivered my potting bench. Hope you guys can see it. It's very pretty. I guess I'll film it again tomorrow, but I'm so excited tonight that I wanted to show you guys. So I even have a little tray then for my potting soil. So I can either pot in here, or if I pot on top, he said he left the holes big enough so that the soil can drop down into the bin, which is pretty cool. He said that he could build me another shelf if I want, or put pegboard, and then I can hook my tools. But I also have a top shelf. I'm short, so I'm not sure what I'll put on top. Thank you guys for watching, and please be on the lookout for my next update video about my journey of where I came from to where I am today in my garden. I would like to thank you guys for watching, and if you liked the video, please leave a comment. If you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. Thank you guys, and have a blessed day. And this is my grandbaby.